Under a shady airy neem tree at the Anglonga District Forestry Commission office in the Volta region sits Maunyo Nyagbe. The widow enjoys the company of her 2 children and the forestry official as she picks a black plastic bag and scoops loamy soil with a mini shovel to fill them. She cuts the bags to a central point, well arranged and ready for the nursing of seeds for mangroves. Maunyo's target is to fill 5,000 sandbags a month for the seedlings. As an indigene of Bomingo, an island at the center of nowhere, the 57-year-old woman knows the importance of mangroves to fighting coastal erosion and voluntarily dedicates more than 12 hours every week towards that activity.
Mkonye maunyo hiangbe mava forest togbo ima vadana ke ima rona bed na gala jinukukui kona po yeklefinyoji ima kaya ha be tokokata duakata akpo videlema ye be achio pe chichi planio kata ogabe nikata mi vide kpogalama la choma manyegba.
The management of mangroves forests from Senegal to Benin project gives nearly 80 women in communities along Keta Lagoon Complex Ramsar site a monthly stipend of 500 cedis as motivation. This has enabled them to plant 27 hectares of degraded land made up of mangroves and woodlots.
My name is Francisca Ageke. I come from Galuche. From the beginning, we don't know the understanding of the benefits of the mangrove, so we are cutting it roughly. But when Alosia Ghana came to our aid, we know that the mangrove is the good things that we should protect it.
The exercise is part of the PAPBio C1-Mangroves project being implemented through small grants by Arocha Ghana, CASA Initiative, and the Development Institute. Experts say the dense roots of mangroves help to bind and build soils, and thus the increasing thickness of the mangrove soil is critical as sea level rise accelerates. Manager of the Wildlife Division of the Forestry Commission at Keta Lagoon, Lawrence Tete Oklu says the lagoon is the home of the world's only amphibious buck, the cedar tunga, and habitat for many wetland-dependent wildlife, including 3 globally threatened turtle species.
I work for the Forestry Commission and I'm the manager responsible for the management of Keta Lagoon Complex Ramsar site. It is a coastal wetland, the largest Ramsar site in Ghana, managed by the Forestry Commission through its Wildlife Division. Keta Lagoon Complex Ramsar site consists of large expanse of open lagoon, brackish water, mudland and floodplains. It also has extensive mangrove stand. Noteworthy plants or flora within the Ramsar site are the reeds and the mangroves. Noteworthy animals or fauna within the Ramsar site are the manatees, sister tunga, that is an amphibious antelope. 3 species of turtles come to the coast, the 40-kilometer stretch to nest during the turtle nesting season. So we are engaged in about 6 management practices which are habitat restoration. You can see behind me the central nursery of the Ramsar site. We do law enforcement, basically enforcing the wildlife laws and Ghana's wetlands regulations LI 1659. We do conservation education and public awareness, SEPA. We also collaborate with others, community resource management, and also build capacity of stakeholders. The long-term objective of the Ramsar site is to conserve, regenerate the species and habitat that give the Ramsar site its importance, whilst at the same time building capacities of stakeholders to be able to manage their resources sustainably and derive benefit from them.
Despite the immense resources and benefits derived from the Keta Lagoon, studies reveal that the mangroves and dense forests have declined significantly by 24% since 1991. Project Assistant at the International Union for Conservation of Nature, Ghana Project Office, Anthony Adia Imba, says the site is of international importance with key biodiversity resources. On governance, the project has supported the Wildlife Division to review the management plan of the complex developed in 1999, taking into account current issues and modern approach towards addressing them. Mr. Imba says through the project, a grant scheme is set up for local organizations to undertake research, advocacy, and build capacity of community members in alternative livelihood.
We are implementing the management of mangrove forest from Senegal to Benin project in the Keita Lagoon Complex Ramsar site. The purpose of this project is to restore the degraded mangrove sites, influence governance of protected or unprotected mangrove sites, and also provide alternative livelihood sources for communities in the landscape. The reason why we chose the Keita Lagoon Complex Ramsar site is that it is the site is of an international importance. It has key biodiversity and mangrove resources. And one of the key reasons is also that mangroves are a key carbon sequestering resource. And in the framework of climate change and the efforts that are being undertaken, mangroves are one of the resources that can help fight the climate menace. And it is the reason why the Keita Lagoon Complex Ramsar site was chosen as one of the project sites.
Programs Manager for Arocha Ghana, Prosper Kwame Entry, revealed that farmers, especially those engaged in vegetable, fruits and roots production from some communities, have been exposed to climate-smart agriculture practices and supported with agro-inputs.
The project has three main objectives. One has to do with sustainable livelihood enhancement within the catchment. And what we really aim to do is to sort of engage community members, specifically those that are farmers and fishers, and also to take them through related trainings that will sort of give them a means of livelihood, even as they also support with managing the various resources that are within this catchment. Another component of the project has to do with community restoration and rehabilitation of our mangrove resources within the catchment. So the project, as part of its plan, has also integrated different woodlot planting regimes, where we're going to have communities planting different woodlots, and then they will cut and use as alternative source of energy for their homes and households. There's also the component where we are using what we call the marine baseline governance tool. This is a tool where communities are brought together to identify and appreciate the need to manage their own resources. And so what we are doing is to build capacities of communities and make them themselves to realize the need to manage their resources for the present and also the future.
Maunyo and many others are of strong view that governments must enact a law to protect mangroves and enforce them. That way, the country can achieve critical sustainable development goals like zero hunger, climate action, life below water, and poverty reduction.
I'm Dr. Asin Sanon. I'm the coordinator of the PAPBio regional program. On the field, we saw what implementing partners have done as work in terms of mangrove restorations, in terms of livelihood improvement. We also meet with communities which share with us their testimonies on what the project brought to them. So they were very happy. They thanks the donor, they thanks the implementing partners, and this is also a satisfaction for us. So now we need to keep up the dynamic, to keep up the great job which is being undertaken on the ground. It is only when we will be able to secure what the achievement we have at this moment that we will be sure that we will have long-lasting impacts and long-lasting conservation outcomes for the benefit of both people and nature.